Good morning, Niner faithful. We have an early show today, 9:30, going live all the way up until kickoff at 10 a.m. The Niners are out in Florida. I got to admit, I'm a little sad not to be out there. I was planning to make the trip with the way everything turned out this year. It just didn't work out, but I still need to check off that stadium in Jacksonville, and it may be a little while before I can get out there. So I had to get decked up in the gear that I would usually wear to go out to games, to actually attend in person. And, got to get pumped. I got to get excited for the game, and I need all of you here in order to help me do that. So I'm coming in to see who's in the chat already. Leo in the chat. Good morning, faithful indeed. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Harold in here. Good morning, everybody. And Karthik joining as well. Good morning, Rob, and the faithful as always. I'm thrilled that everybody is in here. Let's get into a couple of keys to the game for the 49ers. Obviously, big news not to have Elijah Mitchell. So you're left with three healthy running backs on the depth chart, as well as Juice, obviously, in the backfield. So you would think Jeff Wilson Jr. is going to get the vast majority of the carries today. You would think the lion's share would fall with him. With what we've seen recently, it might almost indicate that he'll get all of the snaps, save for those dedicated for more trick plays. I hope, though, that that's not the case. I hope that we see Trey Sermon. My desire as a fan is to know why we're not seeing more of Trey Sermon. And I think the only answer for us, the only satisfactory answer, is going to be seeing him out there on the field, seeing what he can do in live action and getting a feel for ourselves. I got to get myself a little bit of coffee this morning. Very important. Get that coffee in you. Hopefully you all are getting your caffeinated beverages in you as well. Keep that energy up for the start of the game. So if Sermon gets a few of those snaps, great. I also think, we're looking at another episode of where is Deebo Samuel? What alignment are we going to throw him in? Is he going to get a couple of carries this game? And will Trey Lance get a couple of carries this game? I think if you're putting the over-under on Trey Lance getting any snaps at all, it's pretty low. You probably got to put it in there at about 2.5 snaps, and I bet a lot of people would smash that under on that one. So, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I'm very interested in it. All right, before I get into more keys to the game, I want to say hello because I see the chat has gotten active, and I love it. Harold, go 49ers. Yes, indeed. Gerson is in here. Let's go Niners. Karthik, Rob, I love that gold jacket, and I also like the video. Thank you very much. Yes, appreciate any likes on the video if you like the game day episode. Happy game day, Peter Lee, and welcome. Brian, thank you. Yes, had to do the game day attire. I would add a couple of additional pieces to this if I were actually there in Jacksonville. Definitely would have the cap on. Sometimes throw a little, good luck chain that I picked up at the 2012 Super Bowl. Obviously not phenomenally good luck, but it's only not good luck in a Super Bowl. Get on maybe some Niner gloves, get my Niner shoes on. Got to get decked out. That would be typical game day attire. But when you're comfy at home, you just got to put on a few less items there. Joe Mama here in the chat. Morning, Rob. Thinking this should be a prime game for George Kittle. I look for a big game from George as well because you would, if you're Jacksonville, you're going to do everything in your power to lock up Deebo Samuel. He has been the destruction factor for the 49ers. So if you're Jacksonville's defense, you're scheming around that. We're down our top running back. The biggest weapon on the offense to this point in this year, there's no question about, is Deebo Samuel. So can we feed George Kittle? Gerson, love the jacket. Thank you very much. Karthik, run the freaking ball. Yes. That is another key to the game, that regardless of the yards per attempt, the 49ers must continue to pound the rock. When the Buffalo Bills were upset by the Jacksonville Jaguars just a couple of weeks ago, it was because they abandoned the run. They had 14 rushing attempts, 14, only 9 from their running backs. Other than that, it was Josh Allen chucking the ball up constantly. Believe he had 47 pass attempts in that game. We cannot have 47 pass attempts today. I'd much rather see Jimmy G hovering around that 20 to 25 pass attempts. Much rather have 30 carries on offense, play some complementary football. Bryant talking about one game at a time. Leo echoing that sentiment. That is essential. You do have to focus on Jacksonville. This cannot be a trap game. It's 10 a.m. I'm tired because it's earlier than I'm usually pumped up for Niner games. You know their body clocks are off as well. Maybe they didn't sleep as well in the hotel last night. On the road, traveling to Florida. That's an uncomfortable flight. You got to get past all of that and start quickly today. No slow starts. Don't allow Jacksonville to get up on the 49ers. Don't give them any sliver of hope. No hope. Keep your foot on their necks. Costa Mesa, Hugo would love to see Trey Lance play some today. You and me both, my friend. Peter Lee, Niners should be cautious with the Jags special teams, especially Agnew. Yes, I did a small piece on Agnew in my show this week because one of my listeners pointed it out in the mailbag. So I came back in on my Friday show, got into Jamal Agnew, the grandson of Guam, as he was affectionately referred to in the article I read. And he is a burner. He had a 102-yard kick return. The 49ers have had the occasional struggle on special teams, but otherwise I feel they've been solid. I hope Richard Hightower has that unit dialed in for the game today. Karthik also wants to see Trey mixed in with Jimmy G. Here's to that idea. Here's to getting more caffeine in me. Costa Mesa Hugo has joined the sneakerhead community. The sneakerhead community grows by the day. I will get up the video explaining the sneakerhead community to those interested, although the description is there when you look to join. I am fired up. Welcome, Costa Mesa Hugo. We will have new announcements this week while we are off on break, right? This is going to be Thanksgiving week. Definitely going to be doing a post-game show today, doing another show on Monday, but probably will be light the rest of the week up until the next weekend for Thanksgiving. But sneakerhead community, be on the lookout. Karthik, I also think Ayuk will have a good game. 60 yards and a touchdown. I will take that. I need a lot of touchdowns for Jeff Wilson Jr. because I am loaded with Jeff Wilson Jr. in fantasy football. No question. Bryant, wearing a 98 Rice jersey. You are? I am too. This is the 98 Rice jersey here. Maybe you're just calling out that I am wearing the 98 Rice jersey. But if you are and I am, then we're twinsies, and that's cool. Karthik coming in. The Niners are going to destroy the Jaguars. I hope so. I really, really do. We got another new member. What you talking about? Willis became a member of the sneakerhead community. Welcome to all, and to all a good day. Frank Costner coming in. Yes, indeed. It's football day. Let's go Niner. Let's go Rob. Let's go Niners indeed. The other key to the game here that I want to get into is the turnover battle. The 49ers, for the first time in a long time, it feels like, won the turnover battle last week on Monday Night Football up against the Los Angeles Rams. Jimmy Ward came alive, 49er faithful. Jimmy Ward delivered. Yes, he did. Cheers to Jimmy Ward. Now, that said, I do think that the Niners need to continue that. The Jaguars coming into this game are minus 10 in the turnover department, meaning they've given the ball away 10 times more than they have taken it away. Trevor Lawrence is averaging a 1-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. So he is primed to turn that ball over. The 49ers need to get in position, apply the pressure to the young rookie, and make sure to force those turnovers, play that complementary style of football, and hold on to the ball themselves. If they can play a clean game with few penalties, no turnovers, maybe even one turnover, so long as they're forcing the ball out of the Jaguars' hands, that feels like a recipe for success to me. Gerson says, let's hope Shanahan does not abandon the run without Mitchell in there. Feed Wilson, feed Sermon. Yes, Coach Shanahan has not shown a level of trust in really anyone aside from Elijah Mitchell so far this year. And I would enjoy seeing one of the other backs really establish that trust. I think Jeff Wilson Jr. does have that with Shanahan. He has always had glowing praise for Jeff Wilson Jr., talking about that dark space that he goes to. What a mindset for him. And we need that mindset today. Absolutely. Harold, missing the nice 49ers coffee cup. Rob, what happened? We got it right here. The water is here. We keep the water. You got to have both. You got to have both beverages. Don't worry. We're keeping the Niner vibe going, very much the same, but I, got my usual coffee cup as well. Karthik, hold up, Rob. Did John York come to the 49ers practices? I sure hope so. He needs to be at practices for the 49ers for the rest of the year. I believe that he was there in solidarity. I believe that he was there to be a positive force of support for John Lynch and Coach Shanahan. But I'm a believer in superstition, so he better be there from here on out. Nick, across the pond, hello, faithful. Come on, Niners. Yes, indeed, this is the game. This is where we prove that we are keeping our foot on the gas pedal, folks. I said it before, but last week was all about finding that identity, saying who we are, proving that yes, indeed, this was a team we said we could be in the preseason. This is who we believed we were coming into the year. And this is about sustaining that this week. It's about proving that you can be a consistent football team. I'm anxious to see it, anxious for that kickoff. What you talking about, Willis? Says, became a member, love your content and positive spirit. Let's freaking go Niners. Thank you. What you talking about, Willis? I love saying that name every time. So it thrills me that you are here hanging out in the sneakerhead community. Thank you. Harold coming in. Hope John York called and addressed the entire staff at the very least. We need that voice if that's what did it last week. Karthik, the Jags defense is going to come and challenge and be aggressive against Debo. So it will open receptions targets for Kittle and Ayuk. That's why I'm saying Ayuk will have a good game. I think you are spot on. They will also sell out to stop the run. That's my anticipation. The Jaguars defense is reasonably stout against the run. They are averaging the fifth best in the league on average yards per carry at 3.9 yards, if my statistics off the top of my head are correct, according to the research I did this week. So that's a stout run defense when you're talking about how many yards per carry they are allowing. That's where the 49ers will need to stick with the game plan, because it may look early as if it's not working, but you can't abandon it. Gerson, exactly, Rob. That's why the Bills lost. Bread and butter for the 49ers, the run game, even if it's a 2 or 3 yard game. Yes, that Bills game never got out of reach, and yet they got away from the run. The 49ers cannot allow that to happen today. Javier coming in, another sneakerhead. Great channel. Thank you, Javier. Appreciate you being here. TC 49er, don't let Trevor extend the play. Contain him, smother him. Bosa, have a game. Yes, rush as one. The wide nine is susceptible to mobile quarterbacks. And let's be honest that Sunshine here is definitely a mobile quarterback. He's got some wheels on him. He's got the ability to get outside the pocket. They need to rush as a unit, much like an offensive line would react. All right. Here we go. Eli Nunez coming in. Jeff Wilson Jr. should get fed today. My fantasy teams would like that. Karthik, I have so much faith on this team. That's why my score prediction is what it is. I think Debo will use his muscles to fight off those double coverages. We shall see. Yes, indeed. I believe I didn't write it down to have it in front of me, but I do believe my prediction was 34-21. You can go back and check my 2 previous videos to hold me accountable on that, but I'm reasonably certain 34-21. That could be a high score prediction. This could be a lower scoring defensive slugfest. I'll be interested to know if I'm wrong about that. Interested to see your predictions too. Harold, how's the weather in Jacksonville? Will the weather have any effect on the game? I don't know, but last night, I went out to have a cigar with a buddy. I should have been having that cigar in Florida in nice 70-degree weather. Instead, I was out in my backyard huddled by the fire in Portland as it dipped into the high 30s last night. So I can only tell you it's cold in Portland, Oregon. And it would probably be a little bit warmer in Jacksonville. I'm going to guess 70 because it seems to be 70 in Florida no matter what. Luke Walsh stumbles in late. No problem. As long as you're here. That's all that matters, Luke. That is all that matters. Karthik, I don't care if it's the Jaguars or the Jets. We need to come into the game like every game is an obstacle, challenge, and a Super Bowl caliber team. Yes, no more excuses, Karthik. No more. Debo Samuel fan. Would be nice to see no picks or boneheaded decisions from Jimmy. No turnovers in general would be a positive step. Yes, continued positive progress there. Jimmy has had a three solid weeks of performances. I want to see that continue. I believe he's capable of it. They have moved him to primarily operating out of shotgun. It seems to really have changed Jimmy's ability to execute. I'm interested to read more about why he operates so much more comfortably from shotgun and is able to take advantage of his quick release from that as opposed to operating under center. I'm not entirely thrilled with Jimmy's footwork. I think if Bill Walsh had a hand on Jimmy, he probably would have worked with him on that footwork. And maybe that's it. Maybe it's not having to retreat from under center. But whatever it is, it's working. And it's going to continue working today. Yes, sir. TC 49er. Thumbs for the 49ers and the video. Love it. Thumbs up, baby. Harold, I want to see the 49ers gold chain today. Yes, that chain that Devo threw on there, I think we all do. That's a fly chain, isn't it? Leo is in the house as a new member, a sneakerhead, part of the sneakerhead community. Welcome, Leo. A pleasure to have you. Look for some updates coming out this week over the holidays. Maybe we'll even get in a special call over the holidays with the sneakerhead community. JC49 Fish, Niner for life. What's up from El Paso, Texas? Yes, sir. Go Niners. Welcome from El Paso, Texas. Zark Muckerberg, always a challenge to get that one right. It's a tongue twister. It's going to be Hufanga Day today. Ooh, I want to see Hufanga out there, even if it's just getting him into the lineup alongside Jaquaski Tart. Karthik, I didn't put Mitchell on my fantasy team because I am 1-8 because I haven't played in a month. So I'm getting back in the groove, and I don't want to risk Kyle messing this up. Maybe he will. Karthik, 1-8. That's rough. I feel for you, my friend. Ben Allen, let's go. Niners got to get a big win today. Ben Allen, great call out. Every win becomes a big win from here on out. It really only sets up that the 49ers can have 2 more wins to realistically put themselves in a good position to get that 6th or 7th wild card spot. You're thinking, the logic seems sound that 10-7 is what it's going to take. And at 10-7, depending on the outcome, that could require a couple of tiebreakers in there. So interesting to see. Luke Walsh, watch Jags Colts replay. Jags have good physical offense and defensive lines and a power run game. Yes, James Robinson, elite. Jags need more receivers. Classic Balky team. That is a great call out there. Watch for Agnew as a receiver. He's explosive, but has had a case of the drops. But I started watching him again because of the call out by TJ Campos. I had to give a shout out to TJ coming in from Guam. That yes, indeed, I looked into him. He seems to have passed Laviska Shenault on the depth chart, which is saying something because they took Laviska Shenault in the Debo realm of wide receivers. Karthik, but we need to keep up the faith. Jaguars D is better than what most people think. Yes, it is, especially against a run. Good call out, Karthik. Dell coming in. Go ahead and start your show. I'm here now. Thank goodness. Cheers to Del for arriving. I love it. Del Tyree, LOL. Welcome. Lizard King made it. The Lizard King is here. Del Tyree is in the house. Now the party can start. I'm guessing there's others in here that maybe I'm... there's a super chat. Leo in with the super chat. Looks like membership sign up join button only appears on desktop, web, YouTube, not on the iOS apps. Good call out, Leo. Yeah, when I see it on my desktop, because I'm operating from my MacBook Pro here to stream this thing, I typically see it there. I've not actually looked when I'm on my phone. Great call out. Appreciate that. Jamie Bryant, run the ball 30 times, couple screen passes. Defense got to keep pressure. Stay with the same momentum last game. Let's go Niners. Yes, foot on their throats. All right, Mark Zark Muckerberg. Rob, did you ever hear the guy who fell and hit his head that then could play the piano like an expert? Maybe that's what happened to Kyle last week. Something happened. Let's hope that if he did fall and hit his head, he did not then go and seek treatment, because whatever he did last week is working. Karthik, I want Fred Warner to make a big pick, a big INT or pick six. The brain isn't working this early. I need a second cup of coffee, people, because it can turn the entirety of the game. Yes, it can. Maybe it'll be big play Dre. Is he going to be back out there today? Are we going to see a little big play Dre? Chester Gray just got residency hat, and it's dope. Showed up just right now before the game. It's a sign, Chester. It is a sign. That is a dope hat. I need to get one. I can't decide on which color to get. Which one did you get, Chester? The red one? Jamie Bryant, you're a boss. You're great at what you do. Your channel is awesome. Always like to be here. Jamie, thank you for coming. Honestly, Everett Kramer, Rob Shoe is dope. The kind worth smoking. Truth bombs falling from each word spoken. I'm not joking, but it makes us laugh. This is a dude who is a master of his craft. Ev, what's up? Man, that is a good little rhyme, and I'm glad that I got it out without too much tongue twisting. Excellent, sir. Excellent. Karthik, I honestly don't think it will be a slugfest. You think it's going to be a blowout? I hope so. I don't need the nerves. Mr. O Light, how much sermon do you think we will see today? You'd have to put the over-under, I don't know, somewhere around 7.5, 8.5 carries maybe. Let's put the over-under there. Let's say 8.5. So you think he's getting 8 carries or less or more? Put it in the predictions. I'll get to it in just a minute. I'm going to try to catch up in the comments. Gerson, prediction, 28-13 Niners. Let's get to 500. Yes, a win today. 49er faithful gets the 49ers back to 500 for the last stretch of the season. Dell, I love Jimmy G. Everybody's loving the way Jimmy's playing right now, aren't they? Joseph Manna coming in. Say we go up by 21, 28 points. Do we see Lance? Gosh, I would hope so if that were the case. If you get up big, you got to get the rookie some time, because you got to prepare him, even if there's no plan to start him at any point this year. Get him some positive snaps, please. Jamie Bryant, prediction, 27-23 Niners. Let's freaking go. Karthik, it is 54 degrees here in Hightstown, New Jersey. Hightstown, New Jersey. I don't think I've been there. Maybe I have. I've spent some time in Jersey. Definitely traveled there for business. And my brother went to school out in Jersey. Indeed. JC 49er Fish. I would like to see some plays for Lance, please. I think a lot of people would. Texas Niner is in the house. I'm ready. Let's go, Rob. More running the ball. I'm going to call it this week. Sermon is going to be given his opportunities during this game. Let's go, Niners. I got my tequila ready. Good, Texas Niner. You hopefully won't need it for anything but celebration. Del Tyree, 28-13 sounds good. Yes, it does. Javier loving that chain. That chain was balling. Yes, it was. Let's see it again today. Texas Niner. I want running. I love Debo helping in run game. Let's do some more of that tweaking. Kyle, let's get that motion going. Chain so heavy, Debo strained his calf. Man, Debo's good. Debo is a rock. No question, Dell. Texas Niner, El Paso. I love it. I meant Jeff Wilson Jr. Okay, let's go. San Francisco. Playboy Chewy with the San Fran reference. Karthik, not Mitchell. No, Mitchell is out. Yeah, on your fantasy team. Good call, Karthik. Good call. I hear you now. Playboy, thank you, Shu, for all the hard work. That's what I'm here for. Working hard so you don't have to. You can just come in and get the facts straight from this guy who definitely took his time finding it. We're 5 minutes till kickoff. We're only 5 minutes behind that in the comments. Rye saying, with Mitchell out, do you think Sermon will get some snaps with Wilson getting the majority? I do think Wilson gets the majority. I think Wilson's probably up there in that 18 to 20 carry range. The question is, can Sermon get in that 8 to 10 carry range? I want to know in the chat what you guys think. If I put the over-under right there around 7.5, 8.5, you going under or you going over? All right, Del Tyree, fire 49ers. Yes, they are on fire. They are fired up. I don't see it either. Oh, looking for the join feature. Ooh, Javier saying the join feature is on my phone. One person did say you have to close down the comment section in order to do it, and the comment section is lit, so people don't want to close the comment section in order to join. But I think that may be how you do it. Texas Niner, not Warner pick. I want another DB interception, preferably Ward. Wouldn't it be great to have Ward get another pick today? Yet another interception. The guy went so long only having 2 and then racked up 2 in one game. Lapacalolo in the house. Welcome. Ready to go. Keep the momentum going indeed. All right, get that coffee cup out of here because we need the rest of the show. It's got to be nothing but Niner mug. Nothing but Niner mug to end this one. Black and white. Oh, here we go. Black and white SF on it goes hard. Yes, that's the hat I asked about earlier. That new SF one that is just fantastic. The residency hat. Great call on that one. Texas Niner. I predict Sermon has a great game and Kyle feeds the beast. 12 to 15 carries. I would love to see that, Texas Niner. So would the rest of the faithful. Karthik. I want Lance to put a silky spin move on Josh Allen and walk it into the end zone. I would love it. Karthik, I will be celebrating if that happens. Okay, Super Chat 49ers first take. Aaron is in the house on the East Coast. Getting nervous as usual before the game. Figured I'd drop in, say what's up. Thanks for being a part of the roundtable. Had a lot of fun. Go Niners. Yes, did a great roundtable yesterday on Aaron's channel. If you don't follow it, go check it out and subscribe. Did it with Silverado Kev, myself, Beto from Niner Sickness, and for a little bit we had another gentleman in there. 49ers. Oh goodness, I am. It's escaping me. Aaron, put it in the chat for me. So sorry about that, but it's a gentleman that I want to have on the channel, want to collaborate with. Zark Muckerbird, not going to lie, James Robinson is probably the best running back we've faced this year. He's special. That should be the key for the 49ers defense, is keying in on James Robinson. No question about it. That is the most explosive player on the field for the Jags. I think that's who you key in for the entire day. Gabe B, let's go, baby. Indeed. Texas Niner, you and me both celebrating those TDs when they happen. Gabe B, the 20 to 13 Niners prediction. Another prediction, 26-17. Jimmy G, 190 yards, 1 touchdown. Jeff Wilson Jr., 80 yards, 1 touchdown. Defense, 1 turnover. Joseph Manna, this is a fantastic prediction. That's a complimentary type of football game. And then Robbie Gold with the 4 field goals. Let's go with that. Yeah, let's get it going with that. Okay, we will have a post-game show, just so that you know. Post-game show immediately following the game, because we are 2 minutes till kickoff, and we are definitely going to get going when that happens. Texas Niners taking the over on Trey Sermon. I love it. Vegeta, let's go Niners. Mr. O-Light, indeed. Let's go. Mr. O-Light is a sneakerhead. Mr. O-Light has joined the channel. Here he is. Leo, we're going to punch Jacksonville in the mouth. Yes, we are. Frank coming in. I'm worried Wilson's not healthy enough for 15 to 18 carries. Let's give him to Sermon then. Let's give him to Sermon. V Breezy. No snow here yet in Portland. We rarely get it, but when it does, it's Snowmageddon, and I love it. Here we go. Bashar, yes, a 49er minded. Bashar was the other gentleman on the round table. I have been looking into his work as well. Just wanted to give him the shout out. Jamie Bryant, I think we get a kickoff return. Go down the field in touchdown. Let's do it. Harold Debo Samuel for MVP. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. So I am very, very excited for this game. We are counting down to kickoff. It is almost here, 49er faithful. So we are going to get it going. Bang, bang, Niner gang, baby. Let's go. I appreciate all of you coming in. It's 10 o'clock. I need to get upstairs and watch this game. Come back in for the kickoff after the game, not the kickoff, for the post game after the game to celebrate once the 49ers get done doing what they're going to do to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Harold, thank you for that. Until I see you after the game, here's to you, Niner faithful. Thank you for joining me.